Okay, so for my grading system, I had traditional and its weaknesses versus competency-based grading. So a lot of the problems with traditional include one, that it's too subjunctive. So this means that basically the teachers aren't being equal on their grading. So like one teacher could give students that have done the same paper or put in the same effort completely different um, grade than another teacher. So it's unfair that way. It's subjective, not subjunctive, subjective to the teacher. Also, it's too abstract. So like who knows why like a 35 out of 100 is different from a 36 out of 100, like unless you get a specific rubric. It's so vague on like what those numbers actually mean and signify to the students, and most of the time the teachers don't even fully know. It's also too arbitrary. So um like if a student is passing with a 70, like um then any of the failing scores has an extreme impact. So like anything under the 70 is just like extremely bad for their grade. So even though they're like barely underpassing, they're doing really bad according to the scale. It also has the Swiss cheese achievement, which basically means like the students can easily slide by. Like if a student is doing they pass, then they get to move on and like basically say they like passed off that material, but still they like actually missed 30% of that material and they didn't understand it, and so they shouldn't move on because they still don't understand it. And many material is like building off of one another, especially like science and math. And then also it creates lack of motivations. Like if students um, they don't like to the competition was supposed to create motivation, but in reality it like makes students less motivated because they like don't want to be compared to other students and things. So really the best motivation is to have like a good classroom atmosphere and to feel accomplished through themselves. So continuing from there, competency grading, what it should look like is it has 7 main things, and that's honest feedback about one's standing, fair to each student and other students, transparent without mystery, credible to clients and constituencies, valid assessments, useful information, and pedagogically wise. So continuing from there, basically like with the elements of competency um, based grading, they are able to embrace like progression. So if a student is progressing at a correct pace, they'll know with competency grading because they'll know exactly what their grading scale is and what each grade means, and like where the student started versus where they ended. So you can see like if they progressed a lot more versus if they just got a higher percentage. Um, it also develops a clear understanding of levels of knowledge. So you know like exactly where your student's at, and so do they. They are aware of exactly where they're at, what they understand, what they need to improve. It also ensures that students, parents, educators, everyone is on the same page and knows exactly what's expected, where everyone is being graded, and what the grades mean. Um, it's best if it's school wide. So like if you know another school close by is doing competency based grading, then you should work with them to see like how far or what their scale is and like things like that, so that like the district is unified. Um, Also, main changes from traditional is learning progressions. So, oh, I already talked about that. I think I already talked about these. Yeah. So sorry that I have a few mistakes here. I'll have to fix those before I after I finish. But anyways, I think I've gone over everything. The best. Also, you need to give a lot of feedback, specific feedback, which helps when you have specific purposes and you're grading. Like, oh, you have 35% because of blah. I don't even know. But if like you give a, I don't know what the grading is actually, but like if you say that they pass, like give the reasons why they passed or whatever, and that they have accomplished what they need to.